Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. It is Bruce Short and the Michael Jordan Hotels. And today we got Silvano here. What's going on, buddy? Good to see you.
Nice to see you too. How are
Today
you,
we're going
Bruce?
to pretty good, pretty good. Today we're going to be talking about doing business in the California market as a hotel. This is one amazing market that never quits. So my first question is always, how did you get started in this business?
Well, at the age of 14 in Italy, back then I was posed with the question, do I continue school? Could not afford it. Do I get into a job? Or like my parents suggested and I listened, go and find a trade school. So I went to the hotel school and started in the culinary department. And my first big job was at the Hilton in Rome as a line cook at the tender age of 18. That's when I left home.
The Hilton in Rome.
It's now a Waldorf Astoria, beautiful hotel.
Wow, wow. And now you're in Long Beach, California. That's definitely an adjustment.
Oh, well, my adjustment has been longer than that. I left Italy, went to work for Intercontinental in Germany, then went to Bermuda to work for Trust House Porter. And then a friend of mine connected with Marriott, and I was the opening chef of their first Italian restaurant in Warsaw, Poland. Marriott was the first company opening up a joint venture in the Eastern Bloc.
Nice, nice. Now, compared to what you're seeing at other hotels, like what are like three major issues that you had doing business in California and how did you overcome them? Each one.
Well, being blessed to work for a great company that has great support, California is certainly a state that takes great care of their employees, especially in our industry. So there is a host of legislation and rules that we have to follow in order to make sure that we protect both the employees, but also the employers. That's one of them. The second thing, the beautiful of California, that who doesn't want to come in here?
That's right. That's right.
I left Italy, but and everybody asked me, why don't you left your country? And I say, well, there is nothing wrong in being in Southern California. That's number two. And number three is the resources. Everybody says that, oh, there are all these companies living in California, but there are so many coming to California
Really?
because of it.
Which companies is any big names?
Just think about it. Long Beach now is also known as Space Beach. In the last 5 years, Long Beach was able to attract not one, but over 9 tech companies building rockets for the space and the first commercial space station.
Nice, nice. Now, what is it like, especially as being a GM at the Courtyard? Because you're used to being at all these other different hotels, and you come here and be like, well, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't do that, and the union says this, and the union says that. What was that like dealing with the unions in California when you first got here?
Fortunately, we are a non-union shop. I've been the general manager at the Courtyard, and at the base, Marriott believed that we can do a better job, but we don't need a third party to tell the employers or us what to do. And again, Mr. Marriott is going to be 93 years old pretty soon, and he continued to say, if you take care of their associates, they're going to take care of the guests, and the guests are going to come back, and they're going to be taking care of business.
That is true. That is 100%.
And it's been 97 years in the making. Actually, almost 98, I believe.
One of the most, the biggest killer that I've seen out here is the insurance and the taxes. How do you offset that cost?
Well, I'm fortunate again enough that I have a great set of owners that they know how, because I don't know anything about taxes. So, but there is a lot of advantage. Like, I don't know the details, but the beautiful Fairmont Breaker that just opened, because it was considered an arts piece of the city, they receive a lot of support from the city from a tax relief standpoint. So there is ways in California that you can still make a buck as an hotel manager, as a developer, as an investor.
That is fantastic. What type of business do you usually get at your hotel? Is it a lot of group business, event business?
It's a mix of everything. I like to, as an old chef, I like the analogy of a layer cake. So you layer your business. You have a little bit of airline business, you have a little bit of business transient, you have convention business, you have groups. So you layer all those business together and makes it a beautiful cake and a beautiful hotel.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, of course, this is a personal question. Did you have a hard time finding good pizza when you first came here?
Well, I don't have a hard time. Actually, last year, during the pandemic, I had the desire to build my pizza oven,
Oh,
and I
that's
finally completed the project last November. I built my own pizza oven in the backyard. I make my own dough, so I don't have any problem finding a good pizza. I do it myself.
okay. I'm going to send you his address. Listen, thank you so much for being on the show. Tell everybody how they get in touch with you.
I can be reached multiple way through Marriott. It's silvano.merlo@marriott.com, or if you can look me up in LinkedIn. I have also a leadership coaching business on the side, and I'm the proud started as an adjunct professor at Alliant University.
Fantastic, fantastic. And thank you for tuning into another episode. This is Bruce Jordan of Michael Jordan Hotels, signing out.
That's it. It's a wrap. Click 8. It's in the books. I want to thank Bruce, the Michael Jordan of hospitality, for being at Click 8, creating all this great content for us. Great speakers, great panels. Hey, you need a hospitality intern? We can help you with that as well. And guess what? We had 2 Lifetime Achievement Awards, 2 Hotel Development Deals of the Year. We're going to be back next year. Make sure you join us.